Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, 19th of October 2021. So Bitcoin, bonds and big tech bounce as the dollar drops to key support. We'll look at that in a bit more detail shortly. As the market prices in two full rate hikes before the end of 2022. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know where that's come from. I know they were proposing this about 6 months ago, but it seemed as if it wasn't going to be possible, but I suppose they're going to be painted into a corner anyway, aren't they, with the way inflation's going, gas prices and food prices, etc. Is an interesting one for you. The news is quite light today. It's Tuesday. Powell's stock trades leaked, show multi-million sale as market tanked. Well, what a surprise. All hail socialist chairwoman Brainard. So she's obviously leaked this, I suspect. Incredible, isn't it? It just beggars belief. But then why should we be surprised by what they're actually doing? News today. We've got Bailey speaking today, haven't we? And then there's a couple of amateur members from the Fed at 6:15 and 8 p.m. So it's a no news day today. The market's going to have to make up its own direction as normal when there is no news. Starting off with the Dow, we'll start with the daily. You can see yesterday we've got some selling pressure here. The market range of this bar is narrower than the previous bar. That's yesterday's bar I'm pointing at. And the volume is greater, so there's some selling pressure there. And it's traded again to the 89% retracement. You can see where prices are. It's going to have to drive through if it's going to get back to the all-time high. It'll be interesting if it does get back to the all-time high, what's going to actually move it through this. That's for sure. Otherwise, we've got some potential move to the downside here from this low to this high. So we'll just draw those in there. And there are your downside targets for a potential down move. Which way it's going to go today, who knows? Won't find that out until the market opens at 7 a.m. on the futures. And then saying that, the market seems to be doing the opposite in the DAX at the moment. In the 30 minutes, the market sold off sharply and then just reversed all within 30 minutes, and you'll see the impact that had on the DAX in a moment too. A lot of volume, as you can see there, and then the volume just tapering off as the market managed to remove the selling and trade back up to the previous day's high, which is Friday's high there. In the German DAX, we have a similar picture. Although we're saying that similar, the DAX is struggling to move overnight at the moment. And also, again, you've got what is similar, the 78 and 89 retracement there. On the downside, just in case we have a down day, it's looking interesting already that the market isn't really running off, given that the US, the NASDAQ last night moving back. Again, you've got your downside targets there. I'll just remove this fib line here so they're a bit clearer. So they're the downside ones for the German DAX in the daily. The bigger targets should the market move lower, and if it moves higher, then this 89 is going to be an issue, along with the high that we've got across here, which I'll just pop on there. Then I've got it for reference. So it was 15,719. So that's the bigger picture of the DAX. Scaling down, you can see that we were down, and then the market traded sideways until after lunch, and then moved lower. And once the Dow found that support, you can see also the DAX finding the support in the 30-minute before managing to make its way back to the upside. It did gap higher, which you can see there, but the gap has since been filled in this area here as well. So the market again sideways, sitting on the DP level, which it must hold if it is to move higher. So yesterday it's a down day in the DAX, slightly different than the Dow, but the Dow had time to be able to bring the prices back during its main trading session. So this is how it looked yesterday morning. We had the futures market moving lower. It's a nice move in these sort of futures trades. And then once the cash market kicked in, it was just very, very volatile. In a narrow range, but it was up, it was down, it was up, it was down. We had a sell signal. This worked out at 10 points. You can see them buying back in here. The next trade was a buy. They reversed it immediately. That was a loss of 18 points. And we moved up, pulled back, and then starting to move to the upside, which seems to be a thing of the last couple of days. We then had another sell signal, and that was just 9 points profit on that one. So basically just down a couple of points on the morning session. But the afternoon didn't do any better because we had that slam in the Dow, but the DAX didn't move lower. It did that beforehand, which you can see here. It had already done its sell-off from 1 o'clock when the Dow futures traders came on board. And there we had the sell signal, but you can see them buying straight back in here. So it's a case of getting out of the trade. Narrow bar, volume high, not as high as the previous bar. But when you look at the Dow as well at this time, it just, well, in fact, let me show you. Let's just go and pick up a similar time frame for the Dow. So in the 2-minute Dow, you can see that we had this sell-off, a quick 100 points. You can see the huge volume here as they brought the market back. And that is the point in the German DAX where we had this little bar here. You can see it's only moved 20 odd points, 25 points, and then it found the support from the Dow, and they brought the market back, and this trade ended up being a loser. Didn't do a lot in the afternoon either, just traded up, traded sideways, then moved lower, and then moved to the upside there. And then it's been trading sideways to higher until we gapped up overnight, and price is now just sitting on the DP, which we saw earlier. In the metals markets, let's have a quick look. Unbelievably, we've got silver moving up on the overnight. Now, don't hold your breath. We're currently at 89% retracement, I would imagine, from this high to yesterday's low. It did try and sell off yesterday, but they kept bringing it back, which is encouraging to say the least, as I'm currently long in this market. So there we can see we're stuck at 78.89 in the daily chart. At the moment, this is what it looks like overnight. The market having been allowed to move, I don't know what's created this, but it's been sparked. Probably a drop-off in the dollar. Traders in Asia selling the dollar, I would imagine. So we're up to yesterday's high already in silver. Whether it holds, who knows. We've certainly got some selling pressure around in this market. But the deciding factor, of course, will come in at 1 p.m. when the COMEX opens. We've got some support in gold for Friday as well, some demand there, and the market reversing overnight. What's interesting is, again, silver's accelerating faster to the upside than gold, which is why you're seeing the gold-silver ratio there moving back off the 80 level down to 75, and that's the reason. And in the dollar, we've taken out the 89 that we drew in yesterday, and also we're sitting at the 93.63.5 at the moment, and that's exactly where we are at this point. We need to take this out in order for silver to move higher and take the market all the way down to this 89% and this support here, and then continue obviously down to another 89%, and then this low, take that out as well, and that would move silver back above $25 an ounce. But at the moment we're sitting at 23.49ish area. This is the 30-minute chart, and you can see where we are sitting at yesterday's high. Okay, that will do it for today. Don't forget it's Bank of England chairman speaking, and a couple from the Fed. That's the only news we've got. So the market's going to either be really quiet, or it's going to have to make up a direction and then stick with that direction. But we won't know that until the futures market open at 7 and then the cash at 8. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next.